Meet Julie. Julie's a hotshot with a master's in engineering from Caltech and an MBA from Johns Hopkins. Having been snapped up by a Fortune 100 petrochemical conglomerate, she was recently seconded to a senior troubleshooting role in the firm's London-based European division. Julie has a football-crazy husband called Dwayne and 2 delightful children. It's 3 months into the assignment, and Julie's adapting quickly to life in the UK. She's learned lots about our quaint English customs. She already knows what a bailiff does, for example. She found out when Dwayne started ranting down the phone at her one day that he couldn't watch the Super Bowl as the bailiffs on the doorstep wanted to take the TV away for non-payment of council tax, they said, whatever the heck that was. Bursar is another, because it was the bursar at her son's new school who had so very politely refused to admit the boy on his first day because the fees appear regrettably to have gone astray, don't you know? That was the day Julie also learned about the English sense of humour, when Sheila in HR called her to check that everything was going smoothly. What with the gardener giving her grief because payment of his first invoice was so overdue, that was the clincher. Next day, Julie registered her availability with her favourite headhunter. It's not that anyone had actually done anything wrong. Julie had originally done the logical thing with her council tax paperwork and dumped it in Sheila in HR's in-tray. But quite apart from the demand being a summons rather than an invoice, HR couldn't pay it because it was addressed to Julie personally, not the company. It therefore had to be referred to the finance director, who happened to be going downhill fast in Davos at the time. What Sheila in HR could have done, of course, was to get onto their usual supplier, Ron, of Ron's Rapid Relocation, and ask him to pay and add the cost to his bill. But if she'd done that, there would have been even less chance of Kevin in finance being able to tell the CEO the total cost of Julie's assignment, let alone supply the very expensive Big 3 accountancy firm with Julie's tax data. All because Julie's property-related expenditure would be hiding in an HR cost centre. This sort of disconnect between payment and compliance is why Kevin now wishes he'd gone into catering. The same goes for suppliers who invoice for services to several employees with each item allocated to a different cost centre, so if any one item is difficult to validate or trace, a Big Mac for one of the drivers, in Rapid Ron's case, all the other payments are delayed. That's when it was discovered that Ron's sobriquet derives from his temper rather than his expeditiousness. No big deal, except that now the company's name is mud with Julie, Ron, the Inland Revenue, and even the gardener. Sheila's stressed, Kevin's depressed, and the board's unimpressed. And then there's the small matter of recruiting a replacement for Julie. Fortunately, though, Hessel has a totally watertight solution to all these problems.